Welcome to part 3. I've just spilt milk all over my son. Hey there, Shane.
Hi, I'm here, pal. Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky. We're going to get the penguin biscuits out now, Shane.
Penguin.
You love penguins, you. Do you want one?
What I used to do with penguins, same as blue ribbons, I used to nibble the end of the chocolate off one end, nibble the chocolate off the other end, and suck it through a cup of hot tea. So you got a soggy, then you scoff it.
You know, if you were in Morelands now, Shane, and you had a load of penguins, you'd be a penguin baron, wouldn't you? One penguin for 2 back. Yeah, Rocky.
If I was in Morelands now,
Yeah,
I'd be
Rocky.
very, very, very disappointed
Yeah.
with myself.
What?
If I was in Morelands now, I'd be very disappointed with myself.
I ain't going back. I don't put myself in that position now, do I? I look at it as a waste of time, you know.
Russ, I'm nearly 60 years old.
You know,
60
you're
years
born in
old.
1970 like me, aren't you?
Listen, we're more 60 than we are 50, aren't we?
I tell people I'm 40. Somebody said to me over
We're
there, I thought I
40.
was 40. She went, you know, I went, I am. She went, oh, I can see 40, but 45-ish. I thought, you'll do.
I'll tell you a little story. What happened 2 weeks ago? I went to Asda to get a 6-pack. I don't mean for my stomach. I'm on about beer.
Yeah.
The woman at the till ID'd me. Want to show me ID?
Yeah, man.
Look,
Might have been that, mate. She was chatting you up, Shane. Yeah, Rocky.
look.
She was chatting you up.
She's setting me up.
She's chatting you up. What are you going to do with your life now, Shane? You got all these dogs. You got everything you want. Where do you see your son in 10 years? Do you see your son living in all? Or
In 10
living in
years' time from
Spain?
now,
Would you live in Spain?
I can't afford to live in Spain.
Eh?
Can't afford to live in Spain.
Marcus, with everything you've got over here.
No, because I got that over here.
What about your kennels? Couldn't you get somebody to run it?
Peppered.
What?
I'm peppered.
A peppermint.
I'm peppered. I ain't got a shilling, man. Honestly.
What are you doing on here then, you dosser? I don't have dossers on here.
Well, you best get someone who's got a few quid because I'm absolutely into the chances. I swear to God, I am.
Oh, you're not giving it the old going bankrupt again, are you? You're
Listen,
not going bankrupt again, are you, for loads of dogs?
look at my business. Look at my business cards. It's that bad.
You're not peppermint. Well, would you live in Spain, though, Shane, if you could?
To be fair, Russ, if I had a
I
chance,
want
I'd
that
rather
rocket.
live. I'd rather live in France.
Yeah. You are.
If I had a chance of being Spain, if I had a chance of being Spain and France, I would choose France.
Would you?
Yeah, I like France. It's nice.
Yeah?
I'd like to live in Monaco. Yeah,
Would you?
yeah.
What do you think about Peter Fury's comments on these schools that are going on about kids wanting to be like boys, wanting to be girls, and girls wanting to be boys, and all this? What do you think is going on with all this now?
Right.
My kids are all confused with it. Have your kids have been the same age, aren't they? A bit older, aren't
All I've got to say on the matter is when same as Peter and the rest of them, I'll tell you exactly what I think. My opinion counts for nothing, so it's just my opinion. But when I was a kid, when I used to go to church, Sunday school, and everything else as well, because I did, it was Adam and Eve. Not Adam and Steve, it was Adam and Eve, right? And when I was a child, if you was homophobe, if you was homosexual or whatever, and you was caught, went to prison.
they? And you were what? Caught?
if you got caught being
Doing
gay,
what? Being with another man?
yeah, when I was a child, you used to go to prison for it. You
Did
couldn't
you?
openly be gay. Yeah.
I never heard out like that where I live.
Ask your dad. Listen, ask your dad about when he was. Say, listen,
Oh,
dad.
really?
Honestly, I'm telling you, you got jailed for it.
But you're going back to 60s, aren't you? Not 70s, Shane.
60s and 70s, yeah, you did,
Yeah.
definitely. And what I find now, and why it's shoved down our throat, is because there's more judges and barristers and everything else as well, fighting for the other side than ever has been.
Batting foot other side.
Well, what do you want to call it? I am trying to be, what do you want to call it?
I don't know really. It's all a bit.
And then you get all this, you get people like that, that Sam Smith going, oh, they aren't called fishermen, called fisher then.
You know what?
He was trying to say, because there's women that go fishing as well, even though there is, he was saying you can't call them fishermen, call
Right.
fisher them. And you can't call it Manchester. I'm trying to change your name to Manchester. So what about? It's
Mm.
just getting stupid. All this binary and non-binary. And listen, you don't define yourself as anything else as well. Or not. There's a young. I can't mention the school because it's not fair. But there's a school up by ours, not far away, and there's a young lad there who goes to school at 7 years old, and his mother puts him in a pinafore, shoes, long socks, hair up and everything and all that, and he's a boy, and he's 7 years old. How on earth does he know what body he's at 7 years old, Russ?
Well, they don't, do they? Because the kids are.
Well, they're being indoctrinated by the mums and dads and whatever else, saying, oh, this is what you want to be, because she's got 5 sons, then got him and everything else, so he's caught for the lot. There you go. My pal's in Hull jail now. There's a bloke in there now, got a Corey and everything,
Oh,
right?
what?
A Corey.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right, so he's got a Corey and everything. So he's obviously in old jail because, you know,
He's a
what
bloke.
the first started doing is if you was, once we know as women, was putting men in women's jails, and in the end, they said, oh, we can't be doing that, it's wrong. So even if you're like, if you got a Corey and everything else, well, even though you've got tits and everything, you're still going to a man's jail. And
Well, what if
he's
a woman goes to a man's jail, but she wants to be a bloke or something? How does all that work out?
well, it doesn't happen. They won't do it.
Why
Because if a
can't,
woman, why not? Well, you know exactly why not. Because if a woman,
I mean, why can't they just leave everybody? I mean, why can't everybody just stay as they are and just accept what they are, kind of thing? Yeah,
what do you mean by that? Listen, we are what we are, Russ.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean,
And
if
I
I
don't,
read,
I don't think, I don't think there's such thing as being born in the wrong shell. I think that's your choice. If you're
well,
born with tickle, if you're born with tickle tackle, you're born with tickle tackle, and you're supposed to be a man, and that's it. Whether you talk feminine or not, you've got tickle tackle, and that's how it is.
well, how do you think
If,
Dennis
if,
felt when BBC went up to his gaff at Oak House and with them big bands with big satellites on an interview
yep,
about Frank Maloney, his business partner, that
exactly. I told
turned
him that he
into,
wanted.
turned
Yeah.
into a woman. And Frank was like that on Slack.
Listen, it's
Sliced and diced him, poor man.
everything's each to the own, right? But excuse me, what upsets me is the fact that they want Pride weekend, they want this, they want that. Listen, we don't start shouting, we want a straight weekend,
What?
a straight weekend, because we're straight.
Mm.
But we don't start saying we want an heterosexual weekend because we're just normal guys. But they want to ram it down our throats. And the answer to your question is, I think more and more people, more and more hierarchy are starting to swing the other way, and they are trying to put a divide between, us just normal guys that are normal guys and guys that want to be all this non-binary stuff and whatever it is. And I just think you're trying to put a divide between us. Say, because look at all the government officials now and all that. Listen, it's an absolute known fact that Barack Obama's wife was an African housemaid was got a cock.
Bharat Patel's wife.
Yeah. Look it up, mate.
But whatever. Well, no, what was he
Barack
called?
Obama.
Barack Obama. But yeah, Barack Obama. He's a president in the or something or whatever.
He used to be. He used to be president of America.
His wife's a bloke.
Yeah.
I don't believe that rubbish. They've got kids.
Okay.
Who's told you that load of baba?
Listen, start looking deeper.
Oh, God.
Start looking deeper.
Well, we'll change subject. What do you think to Eddie Hearn? You trust him? Is he going to deliver these fights that they're promising us?
Listen, Eddie Hearn tries to be a spin-off of what his dad is. His dad is a nice fella. You know,
You played cards with his dad, haven't you?
I played poker with his dad.
I watched that tournament. You know, when I were in jail and you got out, you sent me tape, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
In jail, you on Channel 5. So we all watched it on Wing. Do you know who's got that tape now? Eric Tetley.
I say,
Eric, our kid, pop, back.
hey, kidly.
On that tape, right, I watched it. Barry Hearn gutted you, didn't he? With a pair of fours for $8 grand. And you went back the week later and you lost again, didn't you?
Yeah, I lost 2 weeks
You were
running.
$8.5 grand buying, wasn't it? Devilfish were there when he's passed away, hasn't he now?
Yeah, Dave has, bless him, yeah.
Do you
Big
know
shout to Devilfish's family.
Yeah, do you know who his mates with? Devilfish. Do you know Matthew Stevens, snooker player?
Yeah.
That's his pal. Well, Matthew won that big tournament, didn't he? Over $500,000, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was a matchroom tournament. So you got on with Devilfish, didn't you?
I got with Dave very, very well, yeah.
He could read deck, couldn't he?
No one can read the deck, mate.
No, he had a good idea.
You can read when there's 3 or 4 packs together and you're playing poker. When you're playing blackjack, you can read cards then. But when you play normal poker, the cards are shuffled every hand. You can't read cards in a poker hand. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but you can in poker though, can't you?
But listen, poker's about luck and playing the cards you've got. Poker's like life, really. You've got to make a hand, you've got to bluff your hand, you've got to blag your way through life, you've got to blag your way through cards.
You know, when we were watching that video on Winging TV Room, right? When you started on that game, you were like just bluffing it all the way through, and they just kept folding, didn't they? Every time you went blind or whatever you were doing, and you had a big pile of chips, and then was it a Dutch bloke that did you or Barry Hearn?
No, it was that that Russian guy.
But then you turned up another week later with another bag of dough and left it out again. You probably showed me a pop wing, you did.
The thing is, though, I steamrolled them. I had that door, didn't I? I had all the dough, really. I should have sat back instead of trying to make the game finish.
You tried to make the game exciting at the beginning.
Yeah, it was exciting, wasn't it?
And another thing as well, you looked a dick in them sunglasses. No offence.
It was my favourite sunglasses. Then.
Yeah, but too many people try and wear some. Eddie Hearn wore them in a poker tournament. I thought, why has he got sunglasses on? Why do they wear sunglasses? They look like dicks.
They wear them so people can't see their eyes. So if their like eyes are trembling or whatever, I wear them when I look at your teeth now.
You sound like Big Ron.
I look at I wear them now when you got your penny. Why are you hanging out your head?
Do you know what, man? I'm not being funny. When they brought them teeth over, she says, which? She went, which colour do you want? I went, what have you got? She went, I picked them Hollywood White, BL code. I goes, well, I want them. And somebody else went, oh, I won't have that. I went, why? I'd have them. Say, listen, I've had reconstruction, top of my jaw, bottom of my jaw, just to get these in. You've cut half my face away. Look, it's all caved in, isn't it? So I'm not just going to pick them ones that are yellow. I want them that are a little cleaner because eventually they're going to go yellow, aren't they? So I might as well have white ones now. Like when you're 10, 11-year-old, they're white, aren't they? Then they slowly go down in colour, don't they? So apparently these don't, they're always going to stay white. So I'm going to look a prick all my life, aren't I? But I didn't realise that when I picked them. Because I thought, well,
Are
they
they, are they
always
screwed?
do. Huh?
Are they screwed in, Russ, or do they come out?
They're screwed in, they don't come out.
Are they all screwed out and they're
They
screwed
pulled
in?
all of them out, didn't they? Left me with 3 teeth. There's only 3 teeth in my mouth, and they put veneers over them, and other 21 are screwings, aren't they? Yeah. So I
And
look
then
like a baby face when they pulled them all out.
I remember talking to you. I remember talking to you on the balcony.
Yeah, gummy bear. To
One
be
little tooth
fair,
like that, and you know.
to be fair to them, right, they had a lot of business off my teeth. Right, the first set they gave me, they were porcelain. They were like temporary. So they had all this business. So when I went back, they were like, "Oh, we've had business off you." Wait, well, we put the proper ones in. So I thought, "Oh, brilliant!" So they did a great good job on them. They did. They took the time, and they did me proud. But I didn't want. I didn't want to. I didn't what I had. I didn't. We didn't want what I had, but I had to have it for what I picked, kind of thing. I thought, oh, I don't want to pay that, but it's like going to buy a car, and for a bit extra, you can have brand new one. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And there's more
Yeah.
deals with it. And you think, oh, I'm here. And you're in chair, aren't you? And that one's loose, that one's. I said, just get on me. Then it's done, in it. You're only going to do it once. I don't want to have to do it again. I've got a 30-year warranty with them. So that's good, isn't it? And it's backed as well.
30-year
30 years.
warranty.
So I'm 81. Yeah. 81 year old. Yeah.
And you think you're going to be around when you're 81?
Well, no, not with way I've trapped myself. Because when they cut my stomach open, and then he went, oh, you're lucky you're not dead now, yo. So I just take every day as it comes. I just laugh my nuts off every day. You're gonna make most of it, aren't you? If you don't know
Listen,
what's
lift
around
it.
the corner, do you, Shane? I've abused myself, haven't I? Physically, mentally, emotionally, in prison, drugs, a lot. So I look at it like this: I'm clean now. I don't take out. I feel good. I'm in good nick. So if I can just keep this up, I might live longer. But if I carried on the way I was going, I won't be here now, would I?
Lift
And
it
I've
today.
got, pardon?
Lift it.
I've had a lot of drugs down me. I've had a lot of money go from my hands, a lot of stress. And now I don't have any stress now. I don't have it around me now, stress. I get rid of it.
You forgot one thing, Russ. And
But
you've had a lot of Rice Krispie squares.
yeah, I've had a lot of them. I did eat a lot of them. That's what knocked my teeth up. All sugar in them.
Addicted to them, that's why his teeth fall out.
Well, police knocked a few of them down last time I got done for something. It's knocked two straight down my throat and I swallowed them. He
But
goes, I've only just met you. I want to ring your neck. Bang, bang, bang. That's what he did to me. Yeah,
listen, all you got
oh,
to remember, Russ, is three things.
what's
Live for
that?
today, live for today,
Yeah,
forget yesterday, and hope tomorrow comes. That's it.
yeah. That's it, mate. You know what? One of my mates is charging about all the time, right? Chasing dough. Stressed out to death. He's got lumps on the arms, lumps on his chest. Stressed out. And you know what he reminds me of? You, 20 years ago. He reminds me of you, and he reminds me of Dennis. And I think people with stress don't live long. I've been researching it, and I thought, why do I need to be stressed out with stuff? I'm all right. I don't want for much. Yeah, we all like a bit more extra dough, a better car, but who cares? It's a piece of tin, isn't it? Look at cars we've had and lost on. We never win. You don't win on them, do you? They're just money pits. I'd rather have a bus pass. I would. If I were banned, it wouldn't bother me now.
You'll be getting one shortly.
Oh yeah, I'm on 9 points. I one more and I'm banned for 8 weeks, aren't I? But it don't bother me. The cars don't bother me now. They don't bother me like they used to. Now I've got marks on my car and dirty and this and that. Whereas before I'd be like, oh, house pipe out at middle at night, but not cleaning it. But I'm not bothered now. Well, there's more important things going on in the world, isn't there, than material things.
When you go to think in the grand scale of things, Russ, there's a lot of people in a lot of worse situations
Of
than what
course
we're
there is, mate.
in.
Do you know what? One of my friends has a sister in doing so good, and they're struggling, and that she's struggling, and people have massive bills to pay, don't they, and stuff like that now. The cost of living and that, and I look at some people, I think I'm one of the fortunate ones. Do you know what I mean? That's how I
Well,
look at it.
We
We've
are
been,
we are fortunate, mate.
we've been
We're
lucky,
realistic.
mate. We've been lucky, haven't we, really, that we're not in there. We don't have to go back there. And you know what? I was thinking this morning, and I always say this to Peter Fury every time I speak to him. He goes, how are you? I go, I'm all right. I go, I'm not in court and I'm not on gear. I ain't got a court dates. I'm not drugged out of my head. I don't want for no. Isn't that good? It's a good thing, that, isn't it? To be in that position. For me, anyway. Considering, well, when we used to be sat in that cell, we used to say, oh, God, all we want to be now is just at home not having a cup of tea, didn't we? That's all you say. Well, no, I can have a cup of tea. I'm at home, I'm not in there.
Yeah.
It's like a big dark cloud over you. You know what? I seen something that Paddy Conroy said in one of his videos. Or it might have even been a documentary on telly. I think he said, and he hit the nail on the head, it's like a big dark cloud over you, innit? And I thought, you just summed it up with that word, prison. It's like a big dark cloud over you. No matter what, you're still in there, aren't you? You can have your weed, you can have your regular visits, phone calls, letters, gym, all that, but you're still in there, aren't you, Shane? And I ain't got that now, so I'm ahead at game. That's how I look at it.
Listen. Everyone's life is a dark cloud, really, mate. When you think about it.
Yeah,
A lot of these people that are going around depressed and upset and everything, they live under a dark cloud. You know what I mean? It's a shame because you've got to live your life. You've got to live for what you've got and live every day. Because if you don't, life soon catches up with you.
yeah,
We can sit here and everything else. Well, we've got 100 years of experience between us. There ain't nothing between us we haven't done. We've been involved in guns, drugs,
not me.
robbery.
I'm not into guns. Oh, else though, shove up my nose
No,
with
but
that me
listen,
neck.
Russ, I said
I've
between
had
us.
plenty of it.
I didn't say who was who, so stop putting the guns on me because that's not the case. What I'm saying is, listen,
Yeah,
we've
we've
been
been naughty.
involved between us over 100 years. Guns, drugs, prisons abroad, prisons in England. Listen, rooftop bright. Listen, there ain't nothing between us that we haven't really done, and we're still telling the tale. So
I've been on a prison roof, but on the Rudgates to sunbathe. You were a rooftop protester. Oh,
listen, why do you keep throwing me under the bus all the time?
I can.
Fucking hell!
Right.
Every time I get under the bus, you're like, oh yeah, you've done it, you've done it. It was you, it was you. Last thing I want to be is locked up with you. Because straight away
Listen,
you
man,
took up
you
my
make
toes.
sure
Oh,
if
it's
you
him.
get, you
It's
make
him,
sure
it's him, boss.
if we get locked up again, you make sure you come in with a fat parcel so we can have plenty of tucker.
Oh,
Because you can't beat sensational crisps. Walker's sensations when they
listen,
go
next time I get in trouble, I'm going to court. You know what I'm going to take up my ass, don't you?
no.
A big, massive kebab.
Why didn't you like vegan diet in jail, Shane?
No, peanut butter
No,
was
no,
all
when
right.
you went on Ramadan at school, goes, you're not Muslim, you. You goes, I am now converted. You goes, I want prayer mat and lot.
Tortured them, tortured them.
You were
But
going.
listen, that's what they're there for. Listen, now when you grow up, listen, when you get a bit older, I think, okay, did I really do that to those screws? Did I really? Yeah, I did. When I think back, I think, so what do matter. But you know now, don't you? You get to that stage in your life where you just think, you don't need the stress and the headache, you know what I mean? You're trying to fight the system all the time for now, and you don't win ever. There's only one winner, it's them. They're banging you. All this, oh yeah, but you're doing jail like me, boss. You're running here every day. Listen, he goes home, eats what he wants, comes on his bitches when he wants, does what he wants, takes a dog for a walk, does everything, you know what I mean? It's a job to him. And we're just, if we believe in our daft, sick little heads that they're doing porridge, there's something wrong with us. Because they are, they're doing the job. 5 o'clock, bang up, see you later, in his car going home. Walk around having an ice cream with our lass in the park and everything, or whatever he's doing.
I used to tell him, I said, listen, you dickhead, you're here as well as me. He said, yeah, I'm going home. I said, I'll fucking see you tomorrow, though. That's what I said to him when I were in Block. I did.
Yeah, but even so, but when he comes back the next day and says, what did you do last night?
I hate screws.
What did you do last night, Russ? Oh, I laid on my bed. What did you do, boss? I had a kebab, banged the missus, took the dog for a walk, had a couple of tigers. Yeah, but you're still here today.
Oh,
Yeah, but look what I did last night. That's still that way.
I wouldn't have been bothered. I'd have had Radio 5 live on. So, we used to listen to 5 live. We'd be like,
Yeah, you was.
to it, won't we? No tellies them, other kid.
They don't know. They won't know tellies then, no.
PlayStations and tellies, they don't know they've got it made now, do they?
I remember I was locked up. I had one of the very first radios that you could wind up. Do you know, like that works
Robert's
on static.
Rambler, a Robert's Rambler.
Yeah, that works on static. Yeah, you should roll up.
I remember Reggie Cray had a Robert's Wrangler. Everybody used to, Robert's Rambler and yeah, they're good
Robert
radios.
Robert Robert Rumble, yeah.
I had one. Oh, Reggie Cray's got one. I said, oh, I'm keeping it. Then if Reggie's got one, do you know when I got a letter off Reggie Cray? Couldn't believe it. He looked like a spider. Had written on it. It took me months to read it, to suss out what he wrote.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, they're both gone now, bless them.
Yeah.
And their kid, they've all gone now.
Yeah.
Charlie, they're all finished now.
CB will be next, won't
he? Yeah. It's funny, actually, I seen him the day before yesterday. It might have been yesterday, the day before yesterday, or the day before.
Oh.
I seen him, he went, oh, you haven't got long left in you now, you're still be dead. I went, I don't fucking think so.
You think he'll get out?
Who's that?
CB.
Oh, CB, I thought it was about DJ. I thought it was about DB. I thought it was about Derek.
Oh!
Oh, I was about Derek. Oh,
Oh,
no,
you're Derek. Is it? How is he? Is he all right?
Yeah, it's cushy. Yeah.
No, I want about CB. Do you think Charlie Bronson gets out, Jane? I don't know.
His name is Charles Salvador now.
Listen, this is how I look at it.
Change
your name back to your proper name. Go do your bird and stop acting the goat and do all the courses and shave the beard off. Don't be a prat and get you sent out. Because if Alan Lord can get out, he was in jail with me. Strange ways, right, Alan Lord.
Yeah.
And I used to look at him and think, he ain't never getting out. But eventually he got out and just used his loaf, didn't he? And now he's doing all right. So that's a good thing, isn't it? Eventually,
use his what?
That's a good thing. He's used his loaf to get out, hasn't he? Use his brain.
Use his loaf. Use his loaf.
Yeah, you're saying it. The old saying, isn't it?
You're on it, aren't you?
What you loaf, didn't it? He got out, didn't he? And when I was in jail with Alan Lord, right? And then ask anybody who's been in jail with him. He ate his food out in a Stoke SB tub with his fingers, and he slept on the floor. He threw the mattress out and slept on the floor. This is a true story. And you know the story about when I went to Donkey Charles. This is a true story. This a few people around here know this. I was padded up with a kid from Rotherham, and he were above, and I didn't know who we were. And when I've gone in there, I had some weed, and we were in the cell, and I was bouncing about. We had music on and that, and he shouted, "Turn that music down," or something, because he gets his head down, doesn't he? About 8 o'clock at night, doesn't he? Alan Lord gets up early and all that, and has a shower or does whatever he does. And I went, "What's that?" And everybody was turning the music down. It's my first night at Wingy in my local jail. I was, on window on the Ottomans in the house. You know what I'm like, don't you? F off! And he's just gone. I'll see you in the morning, lad, or whatever he said. I went, all right, oh. And I turned to the kid, and there was a kid from Rotherham with me, and he went, oh, I can't believe what you've just said. I went, what are you on about? Give me some Rizzlers. Let's roll one up. He's gone, that's Alan Lord. And I've gone, Alan Lord, Strange Ways rioter. Oh, he's supposed to kill the bloke, wasn't he? And then they killed somebody in riot, so allegedly, didn't they? They threw a door on him, didn't they? Something, a nonce, didn't they, or something? I went, all right. I says, I'll be all right. Anyway, 7:30 in the morning, they were at the door, wasn't they? Like, showers. I went up, you know what I'm like, and talked my way out, mate. Story. It were bang on. But when you don't know somebody and they're shouting down, turn your music down, first natural reaction is F off. You know what I'm like, Shane, don't you? No filter.
Oh, yeah.
Could have come and stuck out there, couldn't I, kid? When I walked into the showers, I opened the door, it was on top land, and I'll never forget 2D. He had his back to me, he was right at the bottom, and his back was like that in a V. Oh, I'm well fucked here.
Listen, it don't matter, does it? Listen, it don't matter.
You were all right.
Right, listen.
It will bang on, it will bang on.
If you don't start wrapping up, you're going to end up with another cast.
We're going to be another what?
You end up doing another podcast.
Oh, no, we've done 3. I've only got left here on this now. We've got 10 minutes left. I'll wrap it up in a minute. I just wanted to ask you.
You're not having a sub, I ain't got no to give you.
No, it's all right, Shane, no problem. I wanted the sub, I'd be down banging your door down. You know that. You'd give me one anyway. I wanted to ask you how you feel about coming on Porky's Corner. We've spoke a bit of boxing, a bit of life, a bit of prison. We've spoke about pals in Hull, Tommy Coyle and all. Have you enjoyed coming on? And would you like to come on again, Shane?
Listen, I enjoyed it very much. Yes, I would come back on again. I would like to apologise if my general demeanour and mannerisms offended anybody. There's nothing, no malicious there. It's just the way I am. Talking about genders, this, that, and everything. I'm just old school. I am what I am. You either love it or you hate it. I'm like my mate. I don't mind if you hate me because I don't know who you are anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. And I don't care if you like me because I don't know who you are anyway. So again, I don't know the people that's listening. If anybody is listening, I've offended them. I do apologise profusely. And those that have enjoyed the little chat, if you leave a message below, whatever, get in touch with us. Any questions you want to ask me, if there's anything, like I've done a few sort of like schools and whatever, we have got give speeches and that. If any of you want me to use for anything, if you think you can assist any of your kids in any way, by all means get in touch and I'll come out and tell you what life's about, what I've been through, what I've seen and done.
Yeah, you've done a lot, and the best story about you though is the gambling. The gambling one's a good one where you were banned from a bookies and you give me 30 grand and you went go in there and put a bet on for me, and I went in about 13 or 14 times and you weren't happy until the all 30 were gone, were you? That's what
No,
gambling does to you, isn't it?
that's what drugs does to a man. That's what gambling does. That's what eating does. When you've got an addiction, it's an addiction. It's not about you know. It's about until the end, till it's gone.
Yeah.
Some professional gamblers can have a bet and walk away. Listen, if I had 30 bets and every bet won, I'd want the next 30 to win. And the next 30, it's not about money. It's not about wanting more and more and more. It's about the addiction. And I got to the point, Russ, where win, lose, or whatever, I didn't get any satisfaction from it. So in the end, I had to stop gambling because I got nothing from it. I didn't get a buzz. I didn't get a twinge. I didn't get doubt. It was out there. It was just me blowing door, winning door. And you know what the bets was like? 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand at a time. And it's ridiculous bets.
You know them bets when I was putting them on for it, I kept thinking, well, none have won here. I thought that's about 8 grand. I could just Shane, that one's lost again. Do you know I want another one? But I didn't. I thought it did cross through my mind. I thought I'll hold it back, and then when we get back to his house, I'll go. I didn't put them last 3 races on here. Shane 8 grand, but I thought he'll only go. Well, let's go back and put it on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did put them on for you anyway, and didn't win. He never even finished half at races. Some of them, Shane. I didn't even know if they were donkeys. But you did have quite a few seconds. Every time it was a photo finish, I was like, it's a photo finish. And you were going, oh, and I kept saying, well, you're still in it. But there were silver medals for you, weren't the kids? Seconds.
Listen, I spent half my life having silver medals.
Buckets.
So, yeah. Listen, there's only one rich man out of the buckets, and that's Edmonton. I'm never going to make no money out of him, so I called it a day. I drew the line under it. When the police
How long
saw
did
me,
it take you to kill it? 30 years?
the police monitored my bets over a 2.5
That's what
year
knocked you at
period.
court, though, wasn't it, really? Because the bookies went against you, didn't they? What you spent.
Yeah, listen.
Well, bookies are wrong uns anyway for telling tales, but they took the cash. They're taking all that cash. They're bent as, aren't they?
You know how much money they took off me, Russ?
Over 4 mil on it. It said in All Chronicle or something. I read it.
In total for all the betting shops,
Oh no,
they said they estimate that'll blow between 10 and 15 million pounds.
Oh, I thought it was 4. It said or something.
No, that was in one shop.
Oh yeah.
That was in the William
See,
Hills.
that's that gambling thing. No, nobody can tell me about gambling because you've obviously been in poker tournaments and this and that and gambling that. It's something I've never really been a fan of it. For me, it were always drugs. For you, it were gambling money. You're not a drug. You've never took drugs, have you?
Do you know what, Russ? I've said to a few people, my brother was dead, God bless him. I used to say to my brother, do you know something? I wished I was an addict and I could only spend 100 quid a day instead of 3, 4, 5, 10, 12. £15,000 a day.
Mm.
At least I was for £100. I just fall asleep on my bed when I woke up. I still having money.
Yeah, I used to wake up like that thinking, oh, this is great to wake up to. Big old John Lennon Beatle on foil. Well, no, I don't know if I hate it now. But then it was like, oh, lovely to wake up to that. Get out of bed and get me some foil, I'd say. But yeah, I'd jump up and go get me some foil and deal with it. But them days are gone, aren't they? I don't even recognise that person now, Shane. Like you don't recognise gambling.
No, listen.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, when I go on holiday or if I go anywhere, I take 300 or 400 quid in my pocket and I think, right, that's just to have a little bet with, you know what I mean? And if I ever bet. If I don't. So I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I've got access to money where I could just go fucking stupid if I wanted to.
I
I
know.
don't
I'm
because
shocked. I'm shocked you don't gamble.
listen, it's gone. It's not something there. Listen, right. I'm 52 years old and I have no interest now in gambling, mate. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't get any kind of thrill or anything from it.
Oh yeah.
None. No.
Beating you up, didn't it?
It's beating me up. Listen, it's took enough money off me. It's had my life. I've been a millionaire on paper, God knows how many times, and the police have had it off me. And listen, you just can't. You can't book the system, mate. You can't beat the system. You know what I mean? You can't. Look at Curtis Warren. He's out now and all that. First time he's seen
In
with any
Jersey near,
real
didn't
person is Lel. But listen, he's got all that money. He can't spend it. He can't do that with it.
following them all over Ireland, aren't they?
He
Jersey.
can't do anything, mate. He just can't. He can't budge. He can't breathe.
Can't they know? They reckon his car's bugged.
Is what?
His car's bugged, you know. Reckons his car's
Listen, they'll have everything.
making him
Buggies.
have a phone, and that's registered, and he can only use that phone or something. I've heard.
Exactly. You can't. It's ridiculous.
So he's and that's I don't know how long that's going to be for his license, is it, or forever? No, it'll be a pocket, it'll be forever, won't it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
they'll never allow him to spend anything in that one. He's wrong. He's done his time for it. It is now. Let him have it.
I think them pockers, I'm not sure. Can't have a car worth more than £1,000. You can't have more than £1,000 on you and a watch worth more than £1,000, can you? Something like that, innit?
Listen, man.
Everybody's different.
Listen, when I had man, it took me Rolex off me, took everything off me. I wasn't allowed to have anything. Now they strip me of everything.
Yeah.
But 296,000 quid, my cars, my watches, my necklaces, my bracelets, everything. You know what I mean? The only thing he didn't take was my gold teeth.
I can imagine. Got no gold teeth.
What's that?
Oh God, it's not gold. It's gold anodized, man.
Shut up. Better than having bleached ones like you.
They're not bleached. They're made out of like zirconium. It's like what you make baths out of and sinks and toilets.
Yeah, well, you got teeth like a bath.
Go on, I'm going to get off. Listen, it's been great having you on. Keep in touch. I love you, mate, and love to your family.
I love you too. Take care, guys. Listen, thanks for listening, guys. We've bored you to death. We're sorry.
See you, mate. God bless.
Cheers, pal. Take care. God bless.